This might be a good question for you in thinking about how to explain the Bitcoin, the protocol to people, just in terms of actually what a protocol is and what about protocols make them special and unique.
Oh, it's a great question because like protocols are my favorite thing about computers. So it's funny because I have a funny story, which is like when I first, because I would talk about protocols all the time inside my house and my partner's like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, what does protocol even mean? You just use that word all the time. I'm like, oh yeah, I keep using that word. I haven't really defined it. So I was always thought of like really clever ways to kind of explain what a protocol is. And I think my favorite one is it's the language that computers use to talk to each other. So in the same sense that humans have like, English and the, spoken languages and writing, protocols are like the language that, two separate computers who might not have ever they don't know anything about each other. They're stranger computers, but they can still talk to each other because there's a standard language. And usually it's encoded as data, some type of like binary data. Some binary data format that's specified. But the minute that two computers can understand the same data, then you can start doing powerful things because then you can start sending data to that computer and they can understand it. And that computer can start sending data back and then your computer can understand it. So, and then you can start building these applications that can do interesting and useful things. So in the case of Bitcoin, the useful, interesting thing is like creating these digital transactions and, collecting them into a block in which forms a ledger. So the only reason that these programs work is because you have that common protocol, that language that your nodes use to talk to each other.
So, and then this is where I love the idea is that Bitcoin is a payments protocol for the internet. This is how computers talk to each other and make payments.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So the reason why your phone can make a payment to a server that's like selling you something is because both of those computers understand the same language and they can do the right thing when you initiate the transaction.